Enjoy your trip to Japan Hokkaido region. Hokkaido has many famous tourist destinations such as Sapporo, Otaru, Hakodate, Furano, Wakanai, Abashiri, Kushiro, etc., but we will introduce some hidden gems that are recommended for foreign travelers who want to avoid crowds. Sankyo. History of Sankyo. Sankyo is located in the central part of Hokkaido, within the Daisatsuzen National Park, and was named after the way the mist and clouds cover the gorge. The topography of Sankyo was formed by volcanic activity millions of years ago, and the valley carved out by the Ishikari River is particularly distinctive. It has been developed as a hot spring resort since the early Showa period, and is now known as one of Hokkaido's leading hot spring tourist destinations. Attractions: Ginga Falls and Ryusei Falls. The most famous falls in Sankyo are Ginga Falls and Ryusei Falls. These waterfalls have been selected as one of the 100 best waterfalls in Japan, and offer magnificent views. Ginga Falls, a thin, white waterfall that falls from a height of about 120 meters, also known as the Heavenly Maiden's Feather Robe. Ryusei Falls. In contrast to Ginga Falls, this waterfall has a powerful flow of water and is also called Otoko no Taki, man's waterfall, because of its force. These waterfalls are especially beautiful when you visit during the autumn foliage season or the winter icefall season. Obako and Kobako. Sankyo has two valleys, Ubako and Kobako. These were carved out by the Ishikari River over many years, and the rugged rock faces and rapids blend in beautifully. Sankyo Onsen. Sankyo Onsen is a hot spring area that was developed after its discovery in the early Showa period, and is now lined with many hot spring inns. The spring quality is alkaline and simple, and it is said to be gentle on the skin and have skin beautifying effects. In addition, during the snowy winter months, bathing in the open air baths is especially popular. Mount Kurodake, accessible from Sankyo, is part of the Daisatsuzen mountain range, and is a great place to enjoy hiking and trekking. Using the Kurodake ropeway and lift, even beginners can easily climb to an altitude of about 1,700 meters, from which the magnificent scenery of Mt. There are also attractions for all four seasons, such as alpine plants in summer, autumn leaves in fall, and skiing in winter. Icefall Festival. The Ice Waterfall Festival is held every winter at Sankyo Onsen. The festival features giant ice sculptures and illuminated ice waterfalls, creating a magical sight at night. This is a winter spectacle unique to Hokkaido that can only be seen in the cold. Access and when to visit. Sankyo is about a 90-minute drive from Asahikawa Airport and about a 3-hour drive from Sapporo. Recommended times to visit are autumn, when you can see the beautiful autumn leaves, and winter, when you can enjoy the snowy scenery and frozen waterfalls. However, it gets very cold in the winter, so you will need to take precautions against the cold. Sankyo is a tourist spot unique to Hokkaido where you can enjoy nature, hot springs, and the beauty of each season. This place, where history and nature intertwine, continues to fascinate visitors. The Blue Pond in Biei Town. The history of the Blue Pond. The Blue Pond is located in Biei, Hokkaido, and is a relatively new tourist spot. The pond itself was built in 1988 as part of disaster prevention measures against volcanic activity on Mt. Tokachi. At that time, a Seibo Dam was constructed on the Biei River to prevent mudslides caused by volcanic eruptions. The current Blue Pond was formed when the water was blocked by this dam. The reason why the pond looks blue is because the aluminum components in the surrounding area dissolve into the water and float as colloids, scattering light and making it appear blue. This unique color has attracted attention and it has gradually become a popular tourist destination. Dead large trees. Another distinctive feature of the Blue Pond is the view of dead large trees poking out of the water. These trees, combined with the blue water surface, create a unique and fantastical atmosphere. Beauty in every season. The Blue Pond shows different charms throughout the 4 seasons. Access and sightseeing in the area. The Blue Pond is about 30 minutes by car from Biei Station, making it relatively easy to access. There are many tourist attractions around Biei, including the beautiful rural scenery known as the Patchwork Road and Shirigane Onsen. So we recommend visiting these places as well when you visit the Blue Pond. The history of the Natsuke Peninsula. Natsuke Peninsula is located in the eastern part of Hokkaido and is a long and narrow peninsula with a unique topography that juts out into the Nemuro Strait. This peninsula is the largest sand spit in Japan, and its topography was formed by the accumulation of sand and mud over several thousand years. The Ainu people called this area Nupki, a large protruding place, and used it as a base for fishing and hunting. The The area around the peninsula is rich in seafood and wildlife, and is known as a fertile fishing ground for Hokkaido shrimp and hairy crabs. Attractions. Todawara. Todawara, which can be said to be the symbol of Natsuke Peninsula, is a place where a forest of Japanese sapling fir once stood. Seawater erosion, salt damage, and climate change have caused the trees to wither, leaving behind a mysterious landscape of dead trees. Todawara, especially at sunrise and sunset, offers a mystical view that makes you feel like you are in another world, and is popular with many tourists and photographers. Observing Natsuke Bay, sea otters and seals. The Natsuke Peninsula, together with the surrounding Natsuke Bay, has a rich ecosystem. In particular, you can observe sea otters and seals in Natsuke Bay, and nature observation tours are popular. In winter, birds of prey such as Steller's sea eagles and white-tailed eagles can also be seen, making it a popular birdwatching spot. Natsuke Peninsula Nature Center, a facility where you can learn about the nature and history of Natsuke Peninsula. The Nature Center displays exhibits related to the nature of Todawara and the Natsuke Peninsula, and also offers guided nature observation tours. Odato, a treasure trove of shrimp. Odato, located on the west side of the Natsuke Peninsula, is a region where the fishing of Hakeshima shrimp is thriving. Here you can enjoy fresh, locally caught shrimp, and the place is especially popular with tourists during shrimp season. There are also events where you can interact with local fishermen and experience fishing, allowing you to gain a deeper understanding of the local culture. Natsuke Peninsula displays different natural beauty in each season. Spring wildflowers bloom, creating a colorful landscape. Summer, the contrast between the lush grassland and the sea is beautiful, and you can also enjoy a kayaking experience in Natsuke Bay. Autumn, migratory birds can be seen gathering among the spreading silver grass. Winter, when the entire peninsula is covered in snow, the frozen scenery of Todawara and the surrounding area is particularly beautiful. Access and when to visit. The Natsuke Peninsula can be accessed by car from Nemuro City and Shibetsu Town. The most popular time to visit is from spring to autumn. In winter, access can be difficult due to snowy roads, but you can still enjoy the beauty that only winter can offer. Summary. The Natsuke Peninsula is a place characterized by its unique topography, rich ecosystem, and fantastical landscapes such as Todawara. It is a tourist destination with the unique charm of Hokkaido, where you can experience untouched nature and come into contact with wildlife. Shiratoko 5 Lakes. Shiratokagoko. The history of the Shiratoko 5 Lakes. The Shiratoko 5 Lakes are located on the Shiratoko Peninsula in Hokkaido, an area where pristine nature remains intact. The Shiratoko Peninsula was registered as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2005, and the Shiratoko 5 Lakes are a particularly popular tourist spot. The Shiratoko 5 Lakes were formed naturally by volcanic activity and melting snow amid a landscape influenced by the Ice Age. For the Ainu people, Shiratoko is known as Shirietoku, the end of the earth, and has been treasured as an object of nature worship. For a long time, nature has remained untouched, and even today there are expanses of virgin forest untouched by human hands. Attractions. 5 lakes and their scenery. The Shiratoko 5 Lakes are made up of 5 lakes, each with its own beautiful scenery. The lake is surrounded by virgin forest, and the scenery changes with the seasons, captivating all who visit. Among the 5 lakes, Lake No. 1 and Lake No. 2 in particular offer beautiful views with the Shiratoko mountain range in the background. On a clear day, the mountains are reflected on the lake, creating a spectacular sight. Primary forests and wildlife habitat. The forests surrounding the Shiratoko 5 Lakes are untouched virgin forests, home to a diverse range of plants and animals. It is especially known for the frequent appearance of Hokkaido deer and brown bears. During bear season, parts of the trails may be closed, but on the other hand, the many opportunities to encounter animals in nature are another attraction of this area. Promenades and walking trails. There are walking trails around the Shiratoko 5 Lakes, so you can enjoy nature while touring the lakes. There are 2 walking trails, the Elevated Boardwalk and the Nature Trail. Elevated Boardwalk, a course that connects to the first lake of the Shiratoko 5 Lakes, where you can enjoy the scenery while walking along the lakeside. This course is wheelchair and stroller accessible. Nature Trail, a course that takes you around all 5 lakes. And by walking the approximately 3 kilometers path, you can experience the rich nature of Shiratoko on a deeper level. To protect the natural environment, guided tours are recommended. Beauty in every season. The Shiratoko 5 Lakes show different faces throughout the 4 seasons. Spring, when meltwater flows into the lake, new greenery appears along with the abundant water. Summer, the green deepens and the lake surface reflects the green of the trees and the blue of the sky. Also, brown bears become more active in the summer, so your chances of encountering them increase. Autumn, this is the time when the leaves change color. Winter, the area is closed in winter, but the snow-covered Shiratoko 5 Lakes area feels like another world, shrouded in silence. Access and things to note when visiting. The Shiratoko 5 Lakes are located about 20 minutes by car from the Utoro area of Sherry Town. The area around the 5 lakes is subject to strict regulations from the perspective of nature conservation. In addition, because this is an area inhabited by brown bears, it is important to follow local guides and walk safely during the bear season. Taking a guided tour will make your experience safer and more enjoyable. Summary: the Shiratoko 5 Lakes are a place of untouched nature worthy of being a World Heritage Site. The beautiful scenery of each of the 5 lakes and the abundant nature surrounding them leave a deep impression on visitors. If you want to enjoy a quiet moment in nature, this is a must-visit place. Kushiro Marsh. History of the Kushiro Marsh. Kushiro Marsh is the largest marsh in Japan and is located in the eastern part of Hokkaido, north of Kushiro City. The vast marshland, covering an area of approximately 19,000 hectares, is believed to have formed after the Ice Age. The history of the marsh dates back several thousand years, when layers of peat accumulated over a long period of time to form the marshland we see today. In 1977, it was registered under the Ramsar Convention and is now protected as a wetland of international importance. In 1987, it was designated a national park, and many nature lovers from Japan and abroad began to visit. Attractions. Diverse ecosystems. The Kushiro Marsh is a natural treasure trove of diverse flora and fauna. The marshland is home to over 700 species of plants, including some that are unique to marshes and rare species. It is also known as a paradise for wild birds, and rare birds such as white-tailed eagles, stellar sea eagles, and red-crowned cranes live here. In particular, the red-crowned cranes that can be seen in winter are a symbol of the Kushiro marshland. The red-crowned crane is Japan's national bird and is considered a symbol of longevity. The tourist train, Norako, is a popular way to enjoy the Kushiro marshlands. This train runs slowly from Kushiro Station through the marshes to Turo Station, allowing you to enjoy the beautiful scenery of the marshes along the way. The train features large windows, allowing you to enjoy the vast marshland scenery from the windows, especially when climbing MT. You can also get off at any station along the way and explore the marshland on a guided walking tour or walk along the promenade to experience the marshland ecosystem. Observation deck and walking trails. There are several observation decks in the Kushiro marshland, from which you can get a panoramic view of the entire marshland. Hosuka Observatory. This is one of the most famous observation decks in the Kushiro marshland, overlooking the vast marshland and the meandering Kushiro River. During the sunrise and sunset, the scenery is magical and it is a popular spot for taking photos. Onanai Visitor Center. A visitor center where you can learn about the nature of the Kushiro Marsh. There are boardwalks in the surrounding area, so you can enjoy observing nature while walking through the marsh. Surumidai. The best place to watch red-crowned cranes, where many gather especially in winter. There are also conservation efforts underway, allowing visitors to see the cranes up close. Beauty in every season. The Kushiro marshland offers different beauty throughout the 4 seasons. Spring, the season when the snow melts and the marshes begin to sprout. It is the time of year when new greenery spreads and many birds return. Summer, the greenery deepens and you can feel the vitality of the marshland. Autumn, the marshland turns red with beautiful yellow and red colors. In addition, when the morning and evening fog rolls in, the scenery becomes mysterious. Winter, the marshland is covered in snow and is silent. This is the season when the red-crowned cranes are particularly prominent. Access and things to note when visiting. Kushiro Marsh is easily accessible from Kushiro City by car or train. The marshland is a nature reserve, so access to some areas is restricted. When visiting, it is recommended that you follow the rules to protect the natural environment and enjoy the area safely by taking guided tours. In addition, it is very cold in winter, so it is important to take sufficient cold weather measures when visiting. Summary: the Kushiro wetlands, the largest wetland in Japan, are a treasure trove of nature, with a rich ecosystem and many rare plants and animals. The Kushiro marshlands, where you can experience the beautiful scenery of the 4 seasons, and the life that lives there up close, are a must-visit destination for nature lovers. You can spend a relaxing time surrounded by the quiet and vast nature. Rishiri Island history of Rishiri Island. Rishiri Island is a circular island located in the northern part of Hokkaido, and spreads out around Mount Rishiri. Mount Rishiri is a stratovolcano with an elevation of 1,721 meters, and is also known as Rishiri Fuji, due to its beautiful appearance. Rishiri Island has long been known as Rishiri, High Island by the Ainu people and has been an object of their faith. During the Edo period, Rishiri Island played an important role as a trading hub. The trade of kelp and seafood in particular is thriving, and Rishiri kelp is still highly regarded both in Japan and abroad. After the Meiji period, it began to develop as a tourist destination, and climbing Mount Rishiri became popular. Attractions. Mount Rishiri. Rishiri Fuji. Mount Rishiri, the symbol of Rishiri Island, is a major attraction for climbers. From the summit, on a clear day, you can enjoy a spectacular view that stretches all the way to Sakhalin. There are multiple climbing routes, with courses available for everyone from beginners to experienced climbers. The climbing season runs from June to September, and climbing is especially popular in the summer. Otatomari Swamp. Otatomari Swamp is a beautiful lake overlooking Mount Rishiri and is surrounded by walking trails. The impressive reflection of Mount Rishiri on the lake's surface makes it a popular photo spot. From spring to autumn, the wildflowers that bloom around the lake are also a highlight. Senboshi Misaki Park. Senboshi Misaki Park, located at the southern tip of Rishiri Island, is a spot where you can enjoy the coastline dotted with strangely shaped rocks. It is especially known as the Seal Rocks, and is famous for being a place where you can see wild seals. In addition, the observation deck is a great location from which you can get a panoramic view of Mount Rishiri. Hime Numa Pond. Himenuma is a small lake located in a quiet area on Rishiri Island. Surrounded by forest, the lake offers a spectacular view of Mount Rishiri reflected on its surface. It's the perfect place for a leisurely stroll through nature and to spend some relaxing time. Kelp fishing and seafood. Rishiri Island is famous for its kelp production. Rishiri kelp is used to make high-quality soup stock and is an essential ingredient in Japanese cuisine. On the island, you can enjoy observing kelp fishing and purchasing products made from kelp. Rishiri Island is also rich in seafood such as sea urchins and scallops, so you can enjoy fresh, locally caught seafood. Access and things to note when visiting. Rishiri Island can be accessed from mainland Hokkaido by ferry or plane. It is recommended to make reservations for accommodation and transportation early, especially in the summer, when many tourists visit. When climbing Mount Rishiri or visiting tourist spots, it is important to pay attention to the weather and natural environment. Also, there are few convenience stores or large supermarkets on the island, so it is convenient to prepare anything you need in advance. Summary. Rishiri Island is a fascinating place where beautiful nature and unique culture come together. The area offers visitors an unforgettable experience, including magnificent scenery centered around Mt. Why not visit and enjoy the natural beauty and local culture? We have introduced the above 6 hidden spots, all of which allow you to fully enjoy Hokkaido's rich nature. It is especially recommended for those who want to spend a quiet and relaxing time because there are few tourists. Please come and visit at least once.